Hi everybody, welcome back. This is Kim. Thanks so much for clicking on this video. This one's going to be a little different. I'm going to talk about the Internet of Things. If you're not aware of what that is, I'm going to tell you. There goes my dog's barking. Anyways, I'd appreciate it if you enjoy this video or you learn something new. Please give me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. The main focus of this also is some safety concern that you need to be aware of when using the Internet of Things. If you don't know what it is, here's the Wikipedia definition. The Internet of Things describes a network of physical objects, so known as things, that are embedded with sensors, software, and other technologies that is used for the purpose of connecting and exchanging data with other devices and systems over the Internet. These capture and share data without any human interaction. Now that that's as clear as mud, here's some examples. Elderly care monitors, air quality sensors, smart tennis rackets, bike helmet crash sensors, wireless inventory trackers, smart speakers, light bulbs and vacuums controlled by your cell phone, wearable health monitors, smart home security system, connected appliances, and many, 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 many more. So there are billions of devices worldwide that connect to the internet, all collecting and sharing data about you. Anything can be adapted to be part of the Internet of Things. Adding sensors adds a level of digital intelligence to devices that would otherwise be dumb, enabling real-time communication without a human even being involved. It's cool. It's definitely cool. This is kind of blurry, but maybe you can see. So this is the, according to Gartner, I found this chart, Internet of Things, Endpoint Market by Segment. So this was from 2018 to 2020. I'm sure there's a lot more now. So here's the different segments and then how many Internet of Thing devices I'm not sure where they got this information, but they're saying that there's this many devices in billions, okay? 1.37 billion in the utility segment. So those are smart, probably electricity meters, water meters, that sort of thing. Here's the government, 0.7 billion. Building automation, 0.4 billion. Physical security, 1.9 billion. Manufacturing and natural resources, 0.49 billion. Automotive, 0.47 billion. This is going to grow exponentially as the more cars get Wi-Fi and Bluetooth and that sort of thing, devices in them. This is going to get much bigger. The cars are now linked so that the manufacturer can tell the status of the car if it needs a firmware update or something. It's crazy. Healthcare providers, 0.36 billion with a B. Retail and wholesale trade, 0.44 billion. Information, 0.37 billion. Transportation, 0.08 billion. So they're predicting in 2020, 5.81 billion devices, which is crazy if you think about it. So I want to talk a little bit about the security of the Internet of Things. So these devices are collecting sensitive data, like what you say and do in the privacy of your home. If you have a Alexa in your living room right now, it's listening. Many devices are not secure. Some encrypt the data, most don't. So that data is being sent to wherever it's being sent to, out in the whole World Wide Web out there, free and open and not encrypted. Flaws in the software that runs the device happen a lot. I mean, you notice that even on your computer. There's constantly upgrades and updates. But many of these IoT devices have no way of being patched or updated, so they're at risk forever. You have an old webcam, in your house, watching your baby or something, and it's older, chances are it's not secure. Hackers have figured out how to hack webcams and routers, which is well known. We've all heard about that. What about hacking smart speakers and spying on people? Not so far-fetched, is it? I'm sure they're already doing it. Smart appliances have flaws that allow them to be hacked with ease. You've got your smart refrigerator that's going to tell you when you're out of milk and etc. But, hackers can get in there and use the appliance to do nasty things. As the devices get cheaper and cheaper to manufacture, their cost to the consumer will go down, and the hackers will have unlimited amounts of IoT devices to hack. So some of the security challenges are weak password protection. A lot of them don't even have passwords, and if they do, they're set to very easily guessed passwords, and some of them don't allow you to change the password. There's insecure interfaces, which can be easily hacked. Poor device management, insufficient data protection, and lack of patches and updates, like I was saying. So it's just it's a whole can of worms out there, let me tell you. So what about privacy? Okay, so we already talked about hacking. What about your privacy? These devices are collecting data. A smart home is often used as an example when talking about the security of IoT devices. So this is an example I found online. When do you wake up? Well, you might have a smart alarm clock, or your smart watch is sharing data about when you wake up. Or you schedule your coffee to be ready. Okay, our smart coffee maker is going to make the coffee at 7:10 a.m. So chances are you're probably getting up around that time. How long do you brush your teeth with your smart toothbrush? Do you even use it every day? That information's out there. What radio station do you listen to on your smart speaker? What brands of food do you eat? From your smart fridge is going to tell you. How smart are your kids? Are they playing with IoT devices and toys? Who visits you? Your webcam, your smart doorbell thing, can't think of what it's called. Those are all things that are part of the Internet of Things and that can be hacked. And if not hacked, they are sending your data insecure throughout the Internet. And you can bet that the company that sold you that smart device is also listening to that data, monitoring and collecting some of it. They might not be doing anything malicious with it, but you can bet that they're collecting it. Some of these companies sell that data to other companies or use it to market other devices to you. You might notice that sometimes if you're talking about something in your house, all of a sudden you start getting ads for that thing. How did they know that you were talking about that? They're listening. It's really scary to me that we have allowed these devices into our homes and we don't seem to care that they're collecting so much data on us. The generation of kids now, it's all normal. They don't even care. Sure, let them listen to me. I don't care. Let them know all my information. I don't care. It's kind of scary to me what someone's going to do with all that data. Speaking of data, IoT devices will contain sensors to collect the data. Okay, of course, the data it collects varies based on the device and its particular task. All the data it collects is sent somewhere, though, right? The data must be transmitted via the internet. Either 5G, 4G on your, cell phone traffic, whatever, Wi-Fi. The internet, the data has to go somewhere. And is that traffic encrypted? Most of the time not. So somebody could capture it midstream. I don't know. It's just crazy to me. As more and more devices are created and we buy them, the data demands are going to grow. New internet technology will need to be developed to deal with all this extra data traffic over and above our usage traffic. We go on the internet, we're streaming movies, we're playing games, we're working whatever. There's that traffic. But then there's also going to be the traffic of all this data for our Internet of Things, which is going to be going back and forth too. So, the bandwidth usages are going to be crazy. So it's going to grow. Our needs are going to grow. Not trying to scare you. I just wanted you to be aware. because if you're aware, then you can maybe think of ways to secure yourself. You know, like I have a smart speaker, but I turn it off when I'm not using it. I don't leave it on. I have a smart watch. It's turned off when I'm not wearing it. I don't, you know, you could just do some sensible things, easy things that can protect you. Obviously, you can't turn off your smart refrigerator because then your food's going to go bad. Or, you know, there's certain things you can't turn off. You know, like we have security cameras on our house and those are on. And, but I do update them constantly whenever there's patches available and updates available. But, you know, you can't live in fear of these things, but just be smart about it and come up with ways to protect yourself. And if you have a strange feeling that something doesn't feel right, don't use it, you know, or come up with a way to secure it. That's all I'm saying. So anyways, I hope you learned something. I hope this was interesting. Please just give the video a thumbs up. That'd be great. And don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.